Summer Ross and Emily Day in their first AVP final together ever. And to win it, they have to take down perhaps the greatest female player in beach volleyball history, with apologies to Misty May, Kerri Walsh Jennings. So here we go, the youngsters against the veterans. And the first ball is hit straight down by Emily Day. Let's give you some numbers on Emily. She's 26 years old, born in Torrance, California, 6'1", 150. She's got 5 career wins. And now Whitney Pavlik, her first swing. And it's a good one. Whitney Pavlik puts it away, and there is a great look at Kerri Walsh Jennings. She now has 110 career wins. She's just 2 behind her former partner, Misty May, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Athens, Beijing, and London, and still going strong at the age of 35. First 2 sets played to 21. Third and final set, if necessary, to 15 for the championship here in Cincinnati. Walsh Jennings has been working on her serve, and the first look at Summer Ross, and she hits it straight down. So Summer Ross, just 20 years old, born in San Diego, living in Carlsbad, California. And she has some talent, Dane Blanton.
Absolutely, she can pretty much do everything. Everyone has so many great things to say about this youngster. Most importantly, her composure.
The serve is just long. And now Whitney Pavlik will head back to serve. Pavlik is no slouch. She has 15 career wins, 13 of them with her former partner Jenny Kropp. And of course, a Manhattan Open win just last weekend. Over the top, Day. Pavlik goes and gets it. Whitney Pavlik, blocked by Day.
Yeah, Whitney Pavlik's going to be aggressive all day. She's going to challenge the block. That one ricochets back into the court, but she does not want to shoot the ball. They won the Manhattan Beach Open a week ago by being aggressive and going for it.
So Summer Ross in the blue top. She will serve it. Her partner, Emily Day, at the net. 3-2 our score. Shank pass. That's going to be an ace. An ace, a successful serve that cannot be returned. So make it 4-2, the youngsters. Pavlik tapping it, got it.
Beautiful shot right there. Looking like she's going to attack the ball, and then a little short shot just over the net. Smart play by Pavlik.
Pavlik is 29 years old. Born in Laguna Beach, now lives in Laguna Hills. That's down in your neck of the woods, Dane.
I know, I knew I liked Whitney Pavlik.
Dane's keys to this one?
Yeah, I mean, this Young's team, they have nothing to lose. They have to go there, play loose, have a good time, and most importantly, execute in transition. When they make a defensive play, they have to put it away.
Over the top, Pavlik, a great up. Off speed, Ross can't get there. Pavlik has an array. If she was a pitcher, you'd say she has 5 or 6 different deliveries.
Yeah, well, I love what has happened when she's playing with Kerri Walsh. Kerri has told her, you have to be aggressive, and that was the only thing lacking in her game, and now she has both the soft shot, the aggressive shot, so she's very difficult to stop.
Ross with a nice set. Pavlik pokes it, no. That's double contact. So Emily Day gets the kill. Just the first AVP event together, and 5th overall. They have been playing on the international circuit, the FIVB, and they have a 4th and a 5th, which is very, very good. And both those successful finishes coming in the last month. So Day and Ross have been on a roll. Off speed, right to Day. Gets a hand set, and Day guides it down the line. An outside hitter at Loyola Marymount University. She had 1,500 kills and 1,000 digs, and it gives you an idea of her overall volleyball ability.
Well, it's crazy. Emily Day is one of the most physical presence on the beach. She's so strong, so athletic, and that is why she continues to get better each and every year, and now she's in a final.
Popped up by Ross. Summer Ross poking. Walsh Jennings is there. Kerri. And she cuts it on the diagonal.
Beautiful play. Carrie Walsh, seeing it, goes cross court. The keys for Carrie Walsh and Whitney Pavlik, they have to verbalize and communicate. They started slow when they played this team earlier, and that's going to be important. They have to jump out earlier. Remember that this team on the other side of the net are youngsters. They have to put pressure on them. And Whitney Pavlik, as I've mentioned before, has to be aggressive at the net.
Ball is blocked. Walsh Jennings has it, and she taps it down the line. Carrie Walsh Jennings, born in San Jose back in 1978, now married with 3 kids living in Manhattan Beach. She wears the blue kinesiology tape on her right shoulder. As you may know, she's had 4 shoulder surgeries in her career. Wears it for support. Now Day, and Day smacks it through.
Emily Day's going to get a lot of serves. That's what happened in this previous matchup yesterday. And Emily Day has to come aggressive, has to be consistent for them to get past this first part in terms of jitters.
Pavlik tees off, but it's out of bounds. So the first side change in the first set. Summer Ross and Emily Day have the early lead. We're going to continue with the AVP Cincinnati Open. Stay with us. AVP Cincinnati Open continuing first set. Summer Ross, Emily Day with a 2-point lead. Time now for Sand Dollars. You navigate the sand, you win the dollars.
A lot of people don't realize that there are a whole bunch of different types of sand.
The sand is beautiful. It's really, really fine quality. They put a lot of it in. You know, we just don't like it when it's too shallow and too fast.
It's very nice and soft on your knees, and we train in soft sand in Hermosa and Manhattan Beach.
I think the sand here is awesome. I mean, it's great. It's not like super shallow. You still have the depth, so it's kind of beach-like. It's more beach-like than other venues. The sand in Salt Lake is different than the sand here.
You know, it's not hurting the body, it's deep. I like the texture of it. It's, I think, one of our best sand that we played in.
Sometimes folks don't remember that you're playing on a surface much like ice hockey. The players have to be able to move well.
Yeah, and this sand is beautiful. It's fine, it's clean, and it emulates a real exact beach, and the players love it. You don't want to play in something that's too shallow.
Pavlik down the line, popped up by Day. Looking, floats middle. Walsh Jennings there. Carey on the run. And she missed it.
Wow.
Just long.
That was so close to that back line. Just out of bounds for Carrie Walsh. It looked like almost tickled that back line, but referee right on top of it.
The 6th time Walsh has been in the finals in the Cincinnati Open in her 8 events. Ross is there. Day poked up. Nice play, Pavlik. Can she put it away? Not yet. Both teams struggling. Pavlik trying to go on one, didn't work. Ross out of bounds.
Long rally right there, and it's been a long tournament. It's been very warm out here, and some fatigue might be kicking in for all 4 players.
As we mentioned earlier, Ross and Day able to beat Walsh Jennings and Pavlik early on yesterday, and they did it impressively, 21-19, 21-15. To beat a team twice the caliber of Walsh Jennings and Pavlik going to be certainly a challenge.
Yeah, very difficult. And let's not forget that Emily Day and Summer Ross are the 14th seed in this tournament. They had to come out of the qualifier. So no one really gives a team a chance when you're 14th seed, but now they're going up against that number 2 seed in Carrie Walsh, the 3-time Olympic gold medalist, and Whitney Pavlik, the 3-time Manhattan Beach Open winner. So a lot of experience on one side and a very young team on the other.
High set, Day, cross court, yes. I got up early today to work out. I went down to the gym at 9 a.m. and who was there? Emily Day, stretching, walking on the treadmill, training a little bit. She says, wow. I always like to get a morning workout before a big tournament.
Nice.
Not when I played. I was sleeping. I know you were sleeping it off.
Nice. I was going to say, I believe the second half of that story as you walked by the gym to breakfast, not when you were working out. But that's pretty amazing, you know, Emily getting that work in early. And she's serious. She wants her first AVP win.
Poked over. Ross is there. And putting it away is Carey. That stops a 6-2 scoring run. For more on Carey Walsh, let's check out her bio blast.
Carey Walsh, 6'3", 35 years of age. San Jose, California, of course, out of Stanford. Look at that, 6'3" wingspan, so difficult. Her vertical reach, 8'1", just towering over a women's net. It's almost not fair when you're facing Carey Walsh. I've played exhibitions, mixed doubles with her, and she plays just like one of the guys. She can hit on a men's net, so you can imagine what she does on the women's net.
Ross cross court, Pavlik's got it, and she puts it away. Whitney Pavlik.
I love how she's added that aggressive play to her game. Look at this, in transition, gathers her feet, and then just thunders that cross court right in front of the defender.
You wonder how much confidence Whitney Pavlik gained last week winning in Manhattan Beach. That was a huge step for her. Now, Summer Ross, and through the block. Of course, if you follow volleyball, you know about Summer Ross. Just 20 years old, 2010 became the first player to win both FIVB Junior Under-19 and Youth Under-21 same year. Spent a year at Washington playing indoor, then decided to transfer to Pepperdine, where she won the Outdoor Sand Championship. And she rips to make that day, rips the ace right over Ross's head. So Ross is kind of the prodigy in beach volleyball, and Day at 26, the veteran of the team.
It's just a wild story and so much history already with Summer Ross, you know, winning that AVCA Collegiate Championship just last year for Pepperdine. And she just told me that, you know what? If you win a national championship, I needed to challenge myself. I wanted to play with the big girls out there on the FIVB tour, on the AVP tour, and that was what made her decision. That's why she left college to turn pro.
Day and Ross leading 14-11. So this set starting just like the set yesterday. As Day tees off. Emily Day graduated from Loyola Marymount in 2009 with a degree in applied mathematics, minor in business. So she's got some brain power also to go with the physicality. She is buffed. Now Ross to serve. 15-11. Day and Ross already with 3 aces. Pavlik high line, stuffed down. Day is there.
How about the timing of Emily Day at the net, waiting for Whitney Pavlik? She almost read her mind, knowing that it was going to be a short shot, waited and threw it right back.
A couple of blocks now for Emily Day. This is the first set of the Women's Championship Final here at the AVP Cincinnati Open. And Chris Marlowe with Dane Blanton and Amanda Pflugrad. The young guns going up against the tested veterans, and right now Day and Ross are in command. 16-12. We'll continue and have more after this. Just moments ago, Emily Day up high, rejecting, and a surprise start. Once again, Summer Ross and Emily Day getting the best of Walsh Jennings and Whitney Pavlik. How do you figure it?
Well, they're playing more consistent. They're very composed. They're playing as if they have nothing to lose. They've never been here. They're not going to play tight, they told me. They're just going to throw it out there, have a good time. No one expected them to be here, but they did expect to advance quickly. Maybe not this quick to be in a final, but they are playing very composed.
Walsh Jennings with the service miss. Of course, the longtime partner of Misty May. They won 104 tournaments together. She told me that she saw Misty about 3 weeks ago in Long Beach and had a nice reunion as another serve goes out of bounds. She says, every time I see Misty now, I get tears in my eyes. You know, you just start thinking about all the history they had, the great Olympic runs, 3 gold medals. They never lost a match. They only lost 1 set in Olympic competition. So it's on as Emily Day with the cut shot.
Yeah, it's incredible to make a run to the Olympics with just one partner is a lot. You know, I went to the Olympics in 2000 with Eric Fonoy-Mwane. I went back with Jeff Nygaard, and when you play with someone for those 4 years preparing, you create this bond. So I have no idea what it would feel to go to 3 different Olympics, and that's the kind of bond that Misty and Carrie had. So it's got to be difficult to look to the right and not see your former partner.
Emily Day with her 3rd block. Just 26 years old. Of course, we mentioned that she comes from the South Bay in California. Got a 6'2" wingspan. Dane, you mentioned the height of the women's net, or you mentioned women's net. It's 7'4 1/4. And so if you have an 8'1" reach as a female, you can really do some damage. I had an 8-foot reach as a male on an 8-foot net.
Carrie Walsh has that 8'1" reach. Emily Day's reach is 7'7", so she's about 3 inches over the net when she stands, and then she's got quite the vertical leap as well.
Great up, Pavlik. Knuckle deep. Day goes and gets it. Emily Day. And Walsh Jennings is into the net.
Very surprising right now. The youngsters are really taking it to Carrie Walsh and Whitney Pavlik. A huge lead now at set point.
This will be the first set point. 20-13. Pavlik. Dug up. Ross for the win. Not yet. Ross for the win. Not yet. Day, no, out of bounds. So Pavlik struggling a bit there, makes a nice play to save set point.
Point number 1.
Well, Day and Ross are putting a lot of pressure on Whitney Pavlik right now. They're giving her every ball, even in transition. They're going back to her. So the question is, does she have enough gas in the tank as they continue to pressure her?
Second set point. Day swings. Up to Walsh Jennings, spins it into the corner. Summer Ross off speed. No, missed it.
Oh, wow, just wide. An amazing defensive play by both Emily Day and Summer Ross, just laying it out on the court. You gotta love that they are putting it all on the line, and when they walk off the court, they will be holding their heads high and proud because they're leaving it out there.
Third set point for Summer Ross and Emily Day. This could be it right here. They're on the good side. Day, cut shot, yes. So the youngsters win the first set rather easily. A 21-15 score. Day and Ross end the set on a 9-5 scoring run. AVP Cincinnati will continue. Set number 2 coming up next. Labor Day weekend motoring along here in Cincinnati. It's been a beautiful thing to see. Beach volleyball coming to a conclusion, at least perhaps in the women's championship. I'm Chris Marlowe with Dane Blanton, Amanda Pflugrad here. 21-15 first set for Emily Day and Summer Ross. All right, we have a moment. Let's check in with Amanda.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Summer Ross. And Summer, coming in, you guys had a lot of expectations. You were the 14th overall seed, playing the number 2 seed right now. What is that like for you, and how special is it?
It's amazing. I'm just so excited to play Carrie and Whitney, so we're going to try and do our best.
And Emily, anything that you've been able to play off of yesterday? You beat both Carrie Walsh Jennings and Whitney Pavlik. What did you learn from yesterday that you've been able to take into the finals?
For us, we just need to continue to play our game. They're a great team. We know they're going to give it everything they have, and we got to do the same.
All right, thank you, and good luck, ladies. Chris, I'll send it back to you.
What was interesting yesterday was the first time Summer Ross had ever gotten a chance to play against Carrie. And it was a very special moment. And Emily Day was telling me that for both of them, that's the first time they, as a team, Emily Day had played against her, but never in this configuration. When they got that win, that was big, but this could be even bigger.
Yeah, and I talked to Summer. She told me, I said, it was Carrie, one of your heroes. She said, yeah, but, you know, I followed Karch Kiraly. I loved watching Karch Kiraly. And, of course, she respects Kerri Walsh so much, and it's such an honor, she said, to be on the court with her and to take her down at the same time is something special. But Summer Ross has been training with a lot of people. She told me she's worked with Holly McPeak, with Barb Fontana, Stein Metzger, and she said she works with Butch May every once in a while. And Misty comes down, helps him out. Said, "What have they taught you the most?" And she said that Butch says, "Get some skin on the ball with the cut shot. Really snap that wrist and get that ball down." And she's showing it here in the final.
Over the top, of course, Butch May, the father of Misty May, and a 1968 Olympian, and the coach of Misty coming up. So Summer Ross getting a lot of publicity, but you have to like her partner, Emily Day, also, who dominated that first set at the net. Here comes Pavlik. Popped up. Day, cut shot, got it.
That was beautiful. It was so deceptive. You saw how it froze Whitney Pavlik in her steps right there. She was leaning to the right and just perfectly executed. Here it is. Whitney leans to the right and just freezes right there. Emily Day, great deception.
10 kills for Day. A kill just being a successful spike. You can't dig a kill. You can admire a kill, but you can't dig it. Summer Ross set to put the ball in play. Blocked again by Emily Day.
Emily Day becoming quite the blocker this weekend. Both Summer Ross and Emily Day say they split block, they share time, but if Emily gets hot, they will send her to the net more times than not, and they'll have Summer Ross play defense in the backcourt.
Day is at the net, Ross behind. Pavlik, Doug, Ross on the left. Pavlik, and Pavlik looks a little bit sand weary here.
She's getting a lot of work.
Hitting errors. She sure is.
Work. She's getting served each and every time, and
This one too.
Day putting up some numbers. Bad pass, trouble. Day's got another one. Ross on two. One thing I admire about Ross and Day, they are so methodical. They are just grinding point after point. You don't see a lot of emotion, but it's not like they're not an interesting team to watch. They play, they pass, they set, they hit, they dig.
Yeah.
And it's all done so efficiently.
Yeah, and it's wild that they are so composed. Emily Day only 26, Summer Ross is 20 years old, so they're young.
The AVP schedule upcoming, Atlantic City next week, or at the end of this week, I should say. Then on to St. Petersburg, Santa Barbara, California, and the finale October 20th in Huntington Beach, California. You can join us on the sand or catch us on CBS Sports Network. Day and Ross on a 5-0 scoring run.
Speaking to Whitney Pavlik before, you'd think, hey, we're going to take advantage of this team. They're young, they'll have a lot of nerves. And she said, you know what, Summer Ross isn't really like that. She goes about her business. She's going to be very composed and just take it like another game. And when I asked Summer the same thing, I said, how are you able to do it? And she's like, oh, I guess I was maybe born like that, with that composure and that relaxed attitude. And it's definitely benefiting her here in this final.
Her mom, Kathy, was an outstanding beach volleyball player on the WPVA tour back in the day. Fans are trying to rally Kerri Walsh Jennings. She's the favorite here, the 3-time Olympic gold medalist. But it might be up to Pavlik to up her game a bit. Walsh Jennings, another block by Day. And the put away. And the side change. Once again, Ross and Day have never won an AVP tournament together. They've won 4 NORCECA tournaments, little international things, and they do have a win on the Wide Open Tour, but not on the AVP Tour. And this is where you make your mark.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They won a NORCECA together. And of course, we've talked about Summer Ross winning the ABC Collegiate Championship for Pepperdine. And she won back in 2010 the under-19, the youth, and the under-21 junior FIVB World Championship. So a lot of championship experience, but not the big ones, not the AVP or the international tournaments.
Off speed, that's out of bounds. So Ross and Day are chewing up Walsh, Jennings, and Pavlik at the moment. They won the first set easily, lead 7-2 here in set number 2. Emily Day hammers one. And over the top and down. Well, a lot of anticipation. Summer Ross matching up against Carrie Walsh. Let's listen to what Carrie had to say about Day and Ross.
They're a team that gets you really frustrated because they're really unassuming, you know, and they just go about their business. So they're not fiery, they're not tricky, and you almost don't trust it, you know. So we're just going to focus on that. So we have to imagine that it's either the best team over there or the worst team over there, you know, but not put faces to or names to these players because that gets us off our game. I need to think about me, Whitney needs to think about her, and just go play.
So respect for the team of Day and Ross. 8-3 our score. Up high. Let's identify her once again. Emily Day, Summer Ross in the green uniforms. Carrie Walsh Jennings right there. Her partner Whitney Pavlik. And the 3-time Olympic gold medalist finding herself in a bit of a pickle right now. Trailing big. Day. And Day bounces it out of bounds. Record a point. So just a 4th team hitting error for Day Ross. Cut shot, beautiful. And so was the set.
Yeah, so sharp, the set by Summer Ross in the perfect position, but Emily Day looking strong, looking very composed.
We're going to continue live from Cincinnati. Day and Ross leading 9-5. But in the sun here at the AVP Cincinnati Open. I'm Chris Marlowe with Dane Blanton and Amanda Pflugrad. Day and Ross controlling the action so far. Lots of young talent on this AVP tour. Right now we want you to meet another rising star. Her name, Crystal Engel.
Transitioning from the indoor game to the beach game was a lot harder than I ever could have expected. I mean, the learning curve is so steep, and I didn't expect the game to be so different, and it was. But I just stuck with it, and it's paid off. When I first came to the beach, I was wanting to play defense and wanting to block and just kind of do everything. And over the last 2 seasons, I've really focused on blocking, and I feel like my game at the net has gotten a lot stronger, but can still get better. It's exciting to be thought of as the next generation. It's kind of funny because, you know, I'm 28 almost, and I feel old, but I'm not old in volleyball and the whole beach volleyball world. It's all about improving and improving every time we step out on that court and getting a little bit better every time we play. And so I think the all-around goal is to just keep winning.
As Crystal Morrison, she was a gifted indoor player at the University of Washington under head coach Jim McLaughlin, led them to a national championship and the most outstanding player back then. And she has made the transition, and she's just one great partner away. She's got a good partner now.
Yeah, she's knocking on the door.
Absolutely, she is going to be very, very good.
And for some players, it's more difficult to transition, as she was saying, from the indoor game to the beach game. But she is stuck with it. She's persevered, and I completely agree with you. She is one partner away when she gets that chemistry.
Let me clarify that. Everybody's one great partner away from being a very, very good team.
I don't know if that's true.
You don't think so, huh?
You got to pull your weight on the other side.
Another block there. That's Summer Ross this time. And hammering it home Kerri Walsh Jennings. Well, I'll tell you what, you put Kerri Walsh Jennings on virtually anybody's team on the women's side, and they would be a contender. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. But you're talking about Kerri Walsh, and on the men's side, I would say Phil Dahlhauser. Outside of that,
okay,
you're going to have to do your thing. But Crystal Engel is definitely knocking on the door. I expect to see her winning tournaments very shortly.
The serves continue to go to Emily Day. Pretty good dig, and Ross puts it away. Pavlik and Walsh, they've only had one lead in the match at 1-0 in the second set. And that is this set, of course.
Well, I mentioned they had to jump out early. They had to get the momentum because of what happened yesterday. And they haven't been able to do it. It's been the youngsters, Day and Ross.
Nice spike there by Whitney Pavlik. Pavlik, a pretty good indoor player back in her day. First team all-conference middle blocker, although she told me she played outside hitter and libero. A giant libero. Now Summer Ross gets an attempt. Off speed, and you see the touch. A beautiful rainbow into the corner.
I mean, Kerri Walsh, one of the best at dropping off the net and getting into position, but that shot just too good.
12-7 now, a 5-point lead for Day and Ross. And they're blocking line on Pavlik. Instead, the serves goes to Walsh. Day with a dig. And Day cuts it up. That was the first serve to Walsh today.
Slicing and dicing off the Day.
Wow.
Point.
They've been exclusively going to Whitney Pavlik. And Whitney Pavlik has felt the pressure here. The question is, can she turn it around? And they have to start doing it now before this thing gets completely out of hand.
Day serve into the net. So a side change. It is a bit breezy here. The configuration here in Cincinnati allows for a little wind coming in, and I think that's good. A little challenge from the elements.
And the weather here can switch so quickly. Earlier in the tournament, we had the thunderstorms, the lightning, a little bit of a delay, but it's held out nicely thus far today.
How about Summer Ross? She gets the block. 14-8. Making a kill for Ross. And the ensuing serve out of bounds.
A jump float, very effective. That time it sailed a little bit long. But the important thing is that they're serving tough. They're getting Whitney and Kerri out of system. They're not passing the ball well, and that's due to the tough serving coming from Ross and Day.
Time running out on Walsh, Jennings, and Pavlik. They have to start scoring on plays just like this. Pavlik got it.
Great hit. Be aggressive. Take it 1 point at a time and chip away at this lead. But you're absolutely right. The sense of urgency is building.
Four-point lead. Walsh, Jennings back to Day. Pavlik up there blocking, and Day just crushes it cross court.
She is bringing it right there. She is coming in, and each hit, it seems like she gets more and more confident. She's bringing in more force, more power, and she just crushed that ball cross court.
15-10 now. Emily Day set to crank it up. Here it comes in rocket form. Off speed, Day's got it. Wow. Walsh Jennings, Day there again. She's everywhere. Can she put it away? Yes!
Well, that rally right there just said it all. She made a spectacular defensive play. Then she read Kerri Walsh down the line, handled it, and then came in transition and placed it exactly where she wanted in the corner.
Internationally, they had a 5th place in Stade, Switzerland. They got a 4th in Long Beach, California. And now Day and Ross are 5 points away from their first AVP victory ever. Day smacks another one. Trouble! And Pavlik can't handle it. This has been impressive. The The attack just continues. It's relentless.
It's relentless, and it started from the first whistle. They took control right away, and it's interesting because you don't see situations like this where Kerri Walsh is on the receiving end. She's used to kind of giving out this kind of punishment, and to have it be these youngsters on the other side of the court has to be a little bit perplexing.
Good point. Now Emily Day, who has emerged as the star in this match, rips the ace. And you look at a confident young duo stalking to the sideline. Emily Day, 14 kills, 4 blocks. And it all started with a workout this morning at 9 a.m. They're in command. AVP Cincinnati Open. Emily Day and Summer Ross are putting it to Kerri Walsh Jennings and Whitney Pavlik. An incredible performance. Offense, defense, and special teams. I'm Chris Marlowe with Dane Blanton and Amanda Pflugrad. Not sure we've ever seen this kind of beating being administered to Kerri Walsh Jennings. A 5-0 run here late.
Yeah, they're just dominating right now in really every aspect of the game, from the serving line and the defense in the backcourt to the net and their offensive attack.
Pavlik, Doug.
Quick snap there by Summer Ross.
Ross tapping, yes. She plays more like 30 than a 20-year-old. And now the crowd realizes it is match point for Emily Day and Summer Ross.
Match point number 1.
A chance at their first AVP championship ever. Emily Day will serve it. Into the net. A huge groan. Now, match point number 2. Walsh Jennings and Whitney Pavlik need a miracle. Emily Day, it would be fitting, as she puts it away. And Emily Day, Summer Ross break through. They win the AVP Cincinnati Open, their first win ever together. Oh yeah.
What was so impressive is how they went about their business like they had been here 100 times. This looked like a normal event for them. Not their first win. They completely controlled it and took down the 3-time gold medalist Kerri Walsh and the 3-time Manhattan Beach Open winner Whitney Pavlik. Really didn't know what hit them. So Summer Ross and Emily Day must be thinking to themselves, wow, this is special.
It is time to celebrate. We're coming back. We'll talk with the youngsters after this. Don't go away.